This is James Hendricks with the Black Sheep Reports, and usually I try to stay away from religious topics because I can care less what someone's religious beliefs are. I don't care if you believe in Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, or you believe in the Prophet Muhammad, or if you're a Buddhist monk. I really don't care. But what I have noticed that makes me downright sick is these atheists who, instead of worshiping God, they decide to worship Big Brother. Now, most of them are hardcore Democrats, who masturbate to Charles Darwin or Karl Marx books. You have to be stupid to deny that atheists are by large either liberal or socialist. I would say upwards to 60%. Sure, some are conservative, but really, how many conservative atheists are there? How can society get to the point where in a society we just give up on faith completely, whatever religion that may be? I think it starts with the conditioning in schools to see something as God, to idolize one specific entity that is above the individual self, leading them to replace God with the state. Now, communism was feared in the 40s and the 50s. That Billy Graham actually tried to convince Harry Truman to put "In God We Trust" on your cash because he was thoroughly convinced that the communists were so scared of God they wouldn't touch anything with God written on it, and hence your economy would remain safe. Now, we went from this to now talking about removing God from the Pledge of Allegiance because it might offend someone. How low can we sink? Now, I'm going to be asked, of course, James, give me an example of how atheists are worshiping bigger government. And I'm happy you asked. Renowned evolutionary biologist and atheist Richard Darwin has called on schools to protect children from being indoctrinated by their religious parents. He argued that parents were giving too much power over the children's education, and it was time to give more rights back to the individuals themselves. He said that there's a balancing act, and you have to balance the rights of parents and the rights of children, and I think that the balance has swung far towards parents. So in other words, parents do not have the right to teach their children about their faith and upbringing. I'm guessing that he's thinking that the government should be able to teach them about their upbringing. He goes into saying that children do need to be protected so they have a proper education and not be indoctrinated in whatever religion their parents happen to be brought up in. This is James Hendricks with the Black Sheep Report. Subscribe if you're new. Links are below. And don't forget to check us out on Facebook. Our page is Media on 9/11. Thank you.